Welcome to the year 2023 in Images. I am your host and narrator, John Mack. There were many unique and interesting issues that I and other Newtown Township supervisors confronted in 2023. This is a selection of images that document what I consider the most interesting news items and issues. Many of these were highlighted in my News of Interest to Newtown area residents email newsletter, Twitter account, Facebook page, or website. The Newtown Board of Supervisors approved by a 3-2 vote to adopt the E30, aka WAWA, so-called curative amendment on September 23, 2020. The new amendment allows the construction of a combination gas station and convenience store in 3 locations in the jointure. The board, however, continued to fight the proposed plan to build a Wawa gas station plus convenience store on Newtown Bypass until June 14, 2023, when it approved signing a settlement agreement. This agreement, which settles all court cases filed against the township by Wawa, stipulates that Wawa will construct a monument sign at the intersection of the Newtown Bypass and Lower Silver Lake Road facing the bypass. Wawa also agreed to install a solar panel array above the fuel pumps to power the facility. KRE Upper Macungie Associates LLP, wishing to build a 245-unit apartment complex in the office/research district of Newtown, filed a substantive validity challenge and request for a curative amendment on May 15, 2023. KRE asserts that the Joint Municipal Zoning Ordinance, which governs zoning for Newtown, Upper Makefield, and Wrightstown Townships, makes no provision for a standalone apartment use. Note that this follows the playbook established by Wawa when the Newtown Board of Supervisors approved by a 3-2 vote to adopt Wawa's E30 curative amendment on September 23, 2020. The plan to redevelop the Corners at Newtown Place Shopping Center, located at the intersection of Buck Road and Newtown Richborough Road, was presented to the Newtown Planning Commission on August 15, 2023. The Commission had concerns about the plan, which is to build a 3-story, 120 multi-family apartment building. This would require a new B11 use text amendment to the JMZO, which states in part, parking core apartment building, a building where individual apartments surround a central parking garage to feature a walkable-oriented streetscape in keeping with a traditional village. Each apartment unit has direct access to the outside or to a common hall, and each unit is designed for and occupied by a single family. At one point, the developers considered following Wawa's and KRE's lead to also file a substantive validity challenge to the zoning in order to get what it wants. For now, it has chosen to request an amendment to the zoning which avoids litigation. If that fails, however, I fully expect that the developer will follow the Wawa playbook. The Substantive Validity Challenge playbook was written by Wawa and sanctioned by the Newtown Board of Supervisors when the board approved, by a 3-2 vote, to adopt Wawa's E30 curative amendment on September 23, 2020. Kushner Real Estate filed its challenge not long afterward. As previously mentioned, KRE Upper Macungie Associates LLP is challenging the substantive validity of the township's zoning ordinance. In addition to laying out their arguments for challenging Newtown zoning, the KRE lawyers submitted a preliminary challenge to the supervisors seeking to disqualify Supervisor John Mack from hearing the case. This is not the first time that a developer tried to muzzle Mack. At the August 8, 2018 Arcadia Green hearing, Mr. John Van Louvenay, the applicant's counsel, requested that several supervisors, including Mack, be recused due to bias. Township Solicitor Dave Sanders cited Section 603 of the Pennsylvania Second-Class Township Code, which states, "A member of the board shall not be disqualified from voting on any issue before the board solely because the member had previously expressed an opinion on the issue in either an official or unofficial capacity." How concerned are residents about overdevelopment in Newtown Township? To answer that question, I started a short survey which has received 188 responses, including 141 responses from Newtown Township residents and 14 from borough residents, plus over 130 comments as of September 4th, 2023. Over 80% of survey respondents are very concerned about overdevelopment in Newtown Township. Mike Dalewitz, co-founder of the Borscht Belt Delicatessen, has appealed a June 23, 2023 notice of violation by the Newtown Township zoning officer regarding a neon sign in the window of the store located at 2124 South Eagle Road. The notice was issued after the zoning officer received an anonymous complaint via a phone call. Neon signs are prohibited by Newtown zoning ordinance, which states that any sign which is illuminated by inert gas or any form of exposed tubes is prohibited. Mr. Dalewitz believes that the notice he received was in error because, as he says in the appeal notice, there are 17 electric window signs existing in the Village at Newtown South Shopping Center, with more in the neighboring center and even more in stores throughout Newtown. On June 14, 2023, the Newtown Board of Supervisors approved the resolution to apply for an automated red light enforcement ARLE grant for the construction of pedestrian-activated overhead rectangular rapid flashing beacons RRFBs at the Newtown Yardley Road Tara Boulevard crosswalk and the North Sycamore Street Silo Drive intersection. As stated in the grant application, this project is to provide pedestrian upgrades to two existing unsignalized intersections in Newtown Township. The upgrades would include RRFBs, overhead and post-mounted, U.S. Department of Transportation compliant signage, pedestrian push buttons, and high visibility crosswalks. The application further states that these intersections have had traffic studies performed recently, with the township reducing the posted speed limit along both Newtown Yardley Road and Sycamore Street. Several upgrades have been installed recently to help increase pedestrian safety, such as restriping, new signage, installed ped refuge with delineators, etc. The RRFB installations would be another step to help increase pedestrian safety at these intersections. Capitol Grill's request to erect a huge billboard-sized 13 by 6 foot, 80 square foot sign at the back of the building facing Silo Drive was discussed extensively at the October 17, 2023 Planning Commission meeting. Edward Murphy Esquire of Whistler Pearlstein, representing Capitol Grill, said the dimensions of the sign should be measured based on the size of the lettering and that the black background should not figure into the calculation to determine if it is up to code. At the October 25, 2023 Board of Supervisors meeting, the township solicitor cited the township ordinance governing signs, which states, "The area of a sign shall be construed to include all lettering, wording, and accompanying designs and symbols together with the background, whether open or enclosed, on which it is displayed, but not to include any supporting framework, bracing, or decorative trim which is incidental to the copy content of the display itself." Consequently, the board unanimously voted to oppose this application when it comes before the zoning hearing board. Multiple problems, including stormwater management and funding issues, with subsequent delays, have plagued the Lower Darlington Trail project from the beginning, which goes back to 2021. What was said to be unexpected utility conflicts halted the project in March 2022. Work would not continue until months later. At the November 8th, 2023 Board of Supervisors meeting, the township engineering firm RVE signaled that the work was essentially complete and recommended a final payment to Associated Paving Contractors Incorporated in the amount of $193,246.80. I voted nay, citing remaining problems. On December 5th, 2023, after 3 hours of discussion, the Newtown Borough Council voted 5-1 to approve the Staple View project. There are now 2 proposed Newtown Creek pedestrian bridges, the one proposed by the Steeple View developer and one at Frost Lane at the opposite end of town proposed by the Newtown Creek Coalition. Are these bridges really necessary or desired? Will there be enough money from grants and sources other than strapped municipal funds to cover the expense? Who will benefit the most, the borough or the township? Considering these questions, I recently invited Newtown area residents to take a short survey and answer a simple question. In general, how much are you in favor of or opposed to these proposed bridges? The pie chart shows how the township residents voted regarding the Steeple View Bridge. Although some businesses and residents were not happy with the single-use plastics ban, the Board of Supervisors approved the ordinance at its December 6, 2023 meeting. After the vote, Environmental Advisory Council member Elaine McCarron said education will be the priority of our EAC for our residents and our businesses. The video referenced here includes Ms. McCarron's presentation before the board and includes Q&A with supervisors and comments from residents. Also included are comments from Mary Ann Verdon, McCaffrey's Market's VP of Operations. Her comments were made at the April 3, 2023 EAC meeting. Ms. Verdon asked for a delay to allow Pennsylvania lawmakers to pass a statewide ban. Ms. McCarron responded to that request. Just a reminder to visit my YouTube channel to view short video clips featuring various topics of interest to Newtown area residents. Thanks for listening to my presentation. Be sure to visit my website at www.johnmacknewtown.info. It's chock full of information about issues of importance to Newtown Township residents. You can also find important township documents, my email newsletter, my personal points of view, for example, my blog, and links to videos and audio podcasts.